Gary. Let's discuss football on the show this morning as the Nigerian National League has slammed Wikki FC of Bauchi with a heavy fine totaling the sum of 3.75 million naira following a series of disruptive and violent incidents during their match day 13 encounter with Warri Wolves FC in the just ended 2024-2025 Super 8 promotion playoffs. The heated fixture against Warri Wolves took place on July 12, 2025 at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba. According to the letter sent to both the Bauchi State Football Association and the Wikki FC and signed by Danladi Alanana, the Chief Operating Officer of the league, the behavior of Wikki supporters and officials was described as unruly and below standards. The report noted multiple instances where fans threw objects and assistant referee 2 rather, and onto the pitch, creating a hostile environment for officials, players and spectators alike. In response to the disturbances, the NPFL invoked Article 16.11 and the Article 27.1 of its regulatory framework, ensuring the following sanctions were applied: 1 million naira fine for general disturbances by officials and supporters, then 2 million naira fine for intimidation, harassment, and throwing of objects to the pitch, while the sum of 750,000 naira fine was also incurred for damaging stadium facilities and the rest. Kingsley, Wikki Tories, they just gotten promotion back to the NPFL. Now their start to life in the NPFL, they will be starting with a heavy fine of 3.750 million naira. Is this how they are going to cope in the top flight division? If we are going to see this kind of a fine in the NNL, how much more the NPFL, can they cope with the attitude of their fans?
I think they have to tame their fans this time, because you take a look at how last season was. Benga Elegbele, he didn't smile, with teams who faltered, who went against the rules, of the game. So Wikki Tories coming from the Nigerian National League, this time around, I think they should be very, very careful, or else, they will continue receiving, such a heavy sanction, from the Nigerian Premier Football League at this point in time. This is the time, they have to be, of course, be acquainted with the trends, of the league at this point in time. They've been away from the league, for a very long time. Maybe when they were playing, all of these things, they were pardoned. But this time, the league body, they are not playing at all. They don't want to see any form of violence anymore, on the pitch, or maybe to match officials at this point in time. You must be very, very, accountable with whatever you're doing. So for me, I think it's a time where they have to sensitize their fans. Tell them the league is not the way it was before when we were playing. This is a different ball game at this point in time. So you have to make sure you behave whenever you come for any game, because if they don't take time, the fans might end up, of course, be banned from coming to the stadium, and all of that. So Wikki Tories might also be actually placed, playing without fans, for some time, and it's not good for a team who are just coming up, after a very long time to the Nigerian Premier Football League. It might dampen their morale. It might cause a whole lot, for them. So I think it's time for them to sensitize their fans, to be able, of course, to see how to manage situations. Even though things do not really go their way, they should be able to see how to manage situations and get things, done properly, because it's not business as usual anymore. They have to be very, very careful coming down to the NPFL this time.
Of course, they truly have to be very, very careful coming to the NPFL, because I tell you, the NPFL has a state standard that doesn't give rooms for, fans hooliganism and, of course, disturbance of match officials, even the players alike. Meanwhile, let's head straight to some transfer gist coming from the local scene as 8-time Nigerian League champion, talking about Rangers International FC, have boosted their squad ahead of the 2025-2026 football season, securing the signature of a highly rated teenage winger, Eni Ogon Daniel from Abakaliki FC. So Enugu Rangers, they are, adding strength to their firepower. Last season, they were expected to defend the title that they won last time successfully. Throughout the course of the season, their coach keep talking about the fact that they have what it takes to defend, even with just 8 games to go, where they were even level points adrift of the leader. It was still very hopeful they were going to defend the title. At the end of it all, they could not defend it. Now they are making reinforcement. Do you see Enugu Rangers, bouncing back into title contention in the next season?
I think they can. I think they have that opportunity or possibility of bouncing back, because when you take a look at it, what happened last time was the fact that they failed, to recruit players, after winning the league and going to the league, going to the season, of course, with those set of players, and some of the players even left as well. So they were not able to fill in the gaps. I think that's why they had that lapses. They struggled so much, last season, and coupled with the fact that Fidelis Luchuku, of course, was not really steady with the team. He comes in, juggling with the national team job, and all of that. So for me, I just hope that this will be a very good season, especially when you take a look at the fact that the general manager of the side, Amobi Azuku, is also, preparing very much. If you see, I think he's been putting things in place. So for me, I think getting these players at this point in time will really help Enugu Rangers, and getting a player from Abakaliki FC, I think is a good one, because they actually had a very good time, of course, in the Nigerian, National League. So let's just see what comes of Enugu Rangers. But at this point, I believe they will definitely, of course, be able to challenge likes of Remo Star, Rivers United, and the rest of the teams in the NPFL.